Okay, mic check. 1, 2, 3. Do a quick test here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is my first official Minecraft video. Yeah, it'd probably just see me trying to fly for the first time, and it didn't go well. But now I've figured it out. So this is my build so far. I've sort of just been winging it, and yeah, the design of these towers have changed a lot from my first design, and you know, I've sort of took inspiration a bit from Lord of the Rings, hence the eye. It's not quite the Eye of Sauron, but I like it. That was close. Excuse my French, I'll edit that out. Anyway, yeah, the idea behind the eye is it's supposed to be like ancient, and these chains are holding it down because, well, they're too strong, too powerful, and eventually it's just sort of frozen in place. So I think that's sort of that aspect of the build at the moment. It was quite handy finding a good mountain and a village being right next to it. So I do have plans for these villagers. As of right now, they're not very good trades. I mean, I did have decent trades for, that's not bad, mending and breaking, etc. But somehow they disappeared. I imagine they just died, or they despawned, I don't know. Ooh. Yeah, I'll lock you in. So yeah, I'm currently working on the villager trading hall at the moment, which I will show to you shortly. Okay, I'll head down there now. Also, another aspect of my build, I guess you probably noticed from the flybys, is the giant crevice. Basically, this ground wasn't a ravine to begin with. It was all solid, and I thought it'd be a great idea to make a giant hole, basically. We'll get the hang of this flying. Yeah, I wanted to sort of do again another Lord of the Rings inspired style build, and have sort of like a dwarven style under the mountain sort of thing. I was going to build into the mountain, but I thought I'll build underground because I wanted to sort of go into the mountain and then incorporate it underground as obviously like mines. So that is the idea behind this crevice, and this is what's going to be my villager hall. Give you a little view of the outside. Again, I sort of winged it with the design. It doesn't look much similar to what's going on at the top, but I will try and tie it all in together eventually. But the idea behind this one, I wanted to make it look grand and dated at the same time, hence the copper. I've gone for a fancy chandelier, and I'll explain the boat. So obviously this is where the villagers will sit. but they're all going to be librarians. I think it's librarians, but yeah, they're all going to be lecterns placed in this slot. But before I do that, I am going to have a little villager spawner up in here. So I will put trapdoors here, but first I need to get 2 villagers in here, and I'll place some beds around so they breed and whatnot. And I'll probably stick a dispenser around somewhere. I'll decide eventually, but yeah, basically I want them to drop down, and that was the idea behind the boat. But hopefully they fall onto the boat and just then I can sort of move them around down there. And it's not a tried and tested idea, but there we go. Worth a shot. At least they'll land in there at least. Although I would probably want to cover up the exit, because I do not want to be chasing another villager around. But yeah, that's the state of the build so far. I do want to make more videos. I want to basically just do a series, I guess, of how my building's going and what projects I got going on. I don't have a lot of ideas, but I do. Obviously I got outlines there. What I want over here is going to be like a cave, and I will build like a dock in there, but I also want to make this mountain a bit bigger, along with a giant tower. Again, another Lord of the Rings sort of style. That's sort of where I got the inspiration for the tower designs, where I've got the chains linked up to. If you look at the top of the towers, they do have sort of barra door style tip, where if you watch Lord of the Rings, you see like Sauron's eyes in the centre. But I decided I'd do that and have like a hoop to hook the chains onto. Now the chain design isn't the greatest, I'll be honest. Couldn't really think of a good chain design, so any ideas or tips, point them out and I would give them a go. Obviously I like the sort of loose chain style, and I was thinking for in the giant tower, which will probably sit about this high, I think, I may have another chain that links up with these, which is hooked into the giant tower, and that's sort of where my ideas have gotten me so far. I did, yeah, I'll show my entrance, because I will be building, well, I don't know whether I will be building into the mountain, or maybe a massive staircase up into the tower, and then you go from in the tower down through the mountain and then into the crevice. I will explain all the lava and stuff in a minute. But my idea is, obviously I do want like massive columns, that, like in Mines of Moria and Lord of the Rings, that sort of style. To show, I did give a go at using dripstone as a sort of cave suspension, if you know what I mean, with the stalactites and stalagmites joining up together, but on the grand scale they don't sort of fit in, so I'll have to do them, I'll have to sort of fabricate it myself, which is kind of what I went for there, but I didn't really finish it, so I will give that a go. And I was kind of hoping to incorporate the mine shaft as well. Obviously I can't do it here, but I was going to do like maybe like a sort of rickety bridge from one side to the next, like joining up the mine shaft. But obviously I'm not going to leave them as mine shafts, but I'll probably do it as part of my base really. I do want to make a giant storage area full of storage silos and maybe even a sorting system. I'm not a redstone genius or anything like that. Everything I know, well, remember, would be from watching, you know, Mumbo Jumbo in his simple builds, which are not simple, but you know, Mumbo, he sort of thinks it's simple. My nether portal, I did want to sort of go for the ruin theme, and yeah, I kind of like how it turned out. Obviously I built this bit here to make it look like it's standing up on its own, and if I get a bit closer, I've included like blackstone and whatnot into the pillar, so it's almost like that's the portal itself that's holding this whole piece together. And I also, this bridge sort of was again, I winged it. I liked the idea, but I didn't really have any reason of having a bridge, hence why there's all this lava. I thought I could have like lava spouts pouring out the ground. It's not yet finished. This is mostly finished, but I want to clear out all the diorite because that looks awful. But I also want to fill out that some more with lava spouts and whatnot, because I don't want this entrance to be accessible just by walking up to it. I want the bridges to be the main access points. I am aware that's not going to stay there. I just put that there for the sake of it. But yeah, this door isn't fully operational because there is one piece of redstone missing. Yeah, there. Which I couldn't be bothered to replace because I had to go down into the mines to get my redstone. I didn't actually have any up on the surface. But actually I'll check if I've got some. I don't see any. None there. I bet I don't. I should really keep some in my in chest. But no, I don't have any. So yeah, that's been sort of left there just because I can't be bothered to go get any redstone. But that's the sort of, you sort of get the idea of what I got going on with that door. In the video I may add some pictures of the original design for the towers that I had. Originally they weren't as big. Also I don't know if I'm going to leave the copper that oxidized. I may get some wax and maybe sort of mix it up a bit, sort of like that. I don't want it all to be one solid colour. I want it to look aged to a certain extent, but not fully aged like that basically. I will start on some automated farms. That's just all temporary. I don't like having to farm. It drives me insane. I'd much rather hit a button and do it automatically. I do want to get an automatic villager farm up and going with potatoes, and then I can get an XP farm up and going, but that will be in due course. I've got a pumpkin farm here. It's not the most sophisticated, I'll be honest. You can hear the droppers going. but it's done well over time. It's got me pumpkins, which I haven't really got a use for now. There's no redstone in here either. No matter. As you can see, not the most efficient either, but the reason being is there's 2 hopper mine carts missing, I think. 1, 2, 3 missing. Yeah, I think they bugged out and just disappeared, so I'm not getting the full amount of rates. This was the only sort of clock system I could think of. Obviously the droppers, I can't remember how or where I put it. There's one dropper just pumping out all the time because I linked it to the clock. I expect there is a way of automating it another way so it doesn't go off every time. Well, so it doesn't just keep going off constantly. Obviously it could link up to whenever a pumpkin gets dropped or whatever. But again, it was only temporary. I will get all the farms and stuff incorporated into the main base, which will be down there. As you can see there, I built, well, I didn't build, I dug around it to make a sort of pillar, but I don't think that's going to be the final design. That's just 2 nerve poles with the cobblestone because, yeah, I've fallen down multiple times. I will show you where my original base was. I will take the safe way down because I will die. And there's a lot of lava around, so I don't want to lose anything. This was my original base. As you can see, I dug straight down. Well, not straight down, but just as straight as I could go. And basically that went up straight up to the surface. And once the update came out with all the new deep slate and stuff, this was a mine I was digging out, but I'm sure everyone else felt the frustration of there was basically no diamonds to find. I found some here and there. I mean, even digging out this entire area, I found maybe like 4 diamonds. Whether that's surprising to other people or not, I don't know, but I've had to travel very, very far to mine for diamonds. I've got enough. I mean, I don't really need many diamonds anymore, seeing as I got pretty decent tools until I die and lose them. So as of yet, I don't need any diamonds. I used some diamonds for my chandelier. I stuck that one there for just because. I'll show you what my riches are. I used most of my diamonds in the chandelier in the villager area. Yeah, I'm not very rich. I don't know why I've got glass in there. But yeah, that's as far as I've gotten so far. I will do another video. This was just to sort of show where I am currently and sort of talk you through what sort of ideas I've got really, which aren't many. Like I said, I wing it mostly, but you can see where I'm going with this and whatnot. I will do another video as soon as I can. I work full time and I'm a dad, so time is very scarce at the moment, but I will put out videos when and where I can. A like and a subscribe would go down swimmingly if you wouldn't mind. yeah, I'll see you in the next video.